Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the third part of my dream home, the villa. Last time we made a little start on everything by putting in some more exterior details on the front of the house, the side area of the house, and also on the back area. What we're going to be doing today is delving into the actual lot a little bit more. I want to start mapping things out. I want to start breaking the landscaping up. I want to start getting in borders and hedges. And I also want to make a start on the little annex cottage at the end of the garden that my parents are going to be living in. So that's what I want to do today. I'm very much looking forward to this. This is coming along really nicely. I always like to remind you, we're just taking it very, very slow. This is a very slow process, this series. And I know a lot of you enjoyed that. But if it's not your thing, then that is all right too. But that's it. Nothing more to say. Let's get on over to Hemford on Bagley and let's make a start on some of the landscaping. You can use my code BUMPKIN at checkout on the EA app or at sims.com. I receive a small commission from your purchase and you greatly support me and the channel. Thank you so much. And so here we are, my beauties, back at the villa. I like the way that this is looking. I think it's really, really working. These color choices that I've made with the windows and the brick. I'm very much into it. And I really like the shape of the house as well. It's a nice shape. It's not too big. It's not too small. You could say it's just right. And that's how we're going to go about it today. Yes, we are. Let's get some brighter lighting going on here, please, so I can talk you through a little bit more about what we're actually doing today. So I want to settle this into the lot. I want to put a nice big hedge around absolutely everything here, just to give this area a bit more privacy. This is in the middle of the countryside, so it would make sense to do it that way. I'm even thinking about mixing up a fence and a hedge just to give it a little bit of a feeling. We'll see how that goes. I don't need the fence to be big. I think even going into some debug fences and maybe see if that would work with this. It's all about testing it today, darlings. It really is. So this is going to be where the main entrance area is. The pathway is all kind of marked in white and I'm going to probably gravel it. I like gravel. I really do. I love gravel on this part. And then we'll probably pave out the area out the back here, which is going to be a lovely big patio moment with a nice big pool. I want some space out here for like dining al fresco, with a lovely like patioed garden up here with lots of like plant pots and stuff. That's what I'm seeing for this kind of area. Also a nice area for you to come and sit as well. I want some nice outdoor seats around this area as well. So that is what I want to do. This is going to be a nice big kind of sloping lawn area. I'm going to play around with the terrain manipulation and whiffle this up to here a little bit more. So it kind of like it slopes up with a nice big tree at the top. That's what I would really love. That's what I want. And then this area here is kind of marked in for the kind of mini annex that I'm doing here. A little cottage, which is going to border on this yellow moment here. Also, the green area wrapped around it is going to be their own kind of little private garden, really, with a nice hedge around there too, just to give them a little bit of privacy if they may want it. And then mostly everything else is just going to be landscaping. I want this lot to be kind of semi-natural, so I do want to use a lot of the flowers that we're kind of seeing around the lot itself. Same with the trees as well, just so it settles into the lot. So that's what I really want to do today. So this is going to be quite a big part in terms of getting big stuff down. We're not going to go too much into little details in this part. This is just going to be about getting this settled into the lot. So that is what we're doing today. So let's make our first start on the landscaping and garden detailing. And so, of course, we're using our old friend, the Hedge of Dreams. The Hedge of Dreams, and I think I'm going to keep it quite tall. I think I'm going to keep it at the maximum height, actually. I'm not really bothered about this here connecting through the front with the pathway. I might do like a little walkway of some stepping stones connecting in the path here, but I'm not going to have this as kind of direct route, really. The direct route is kind of looped around the other way instead. That is exactly what I wanted it to be, yes indeed. That's what we're going to do. You'll have to excuse I don't look a say. I think I look very nice in my hat, actually, but I did get rained on today. Me and Daisy both did. The UK is having major storms at the minute. And I took Daisy for a big walk today down in the woods. And I was looking at the clouds above me and I was like, I know what you're going to do. I know what you're going to do, you cheeky little bugger. You're going to come and you're going to rain on me. And what did it do? Rained on me. Yeah, I got absolutely drenched. And I still had a video to record and I was like, I'm not getting ready. I can't be bothered to do my hair. On goes a hat. So there we go. That's a lovely storyline, Aidan. You should write that one down in your memoirs, because I bet all of you were so interested in that then, weren't you? Make sure you write it down as well. Don't you dare forget. Don't you dare forget about that story. It's very important. It's very important to me. Anyway, we're moving on because it's just going to get a bit embarrassing else, isn't it? So I'm going to wrap that all the way around to there. I do want to bring this down on this side here as well, but I don't know if I'm going to do that yet. Because even having a solid wall there with the house, it could still look quite nice. And then the house has got a view out from the other way. Do you know what I mean? It's got a view into the woods. That might be a nice little vibe for my mum and dad. And I'm sure they'd bloody love that. I love the fact that I'm like, Mum and Dad, you're moving in with me. And they're like, but we're happy in our house, thank you. I was like, I don't care. You're too old. They're not too old at all. They are absolutely fine. They're absolutely fine. But, you know, this is just future prospects, all of that kind of good stuff, isn't it? Yes, can I move that further forward? I can. Well, I am going to be putting some kind of gate here, but I don't know what gate I want to use there just yet. I even like the thought of using the debug farmer's gate from Cottage Living. So I might even try and use that one here, to be honest with you, because it would work. I definitely think it would work. So my thoughts were trying to get a fence here as well. It might not work. I'm always up for trying stuff. I don't really mind what the gate or the fence looks like, just something that will border it quite nicely. I mean, I don't want it to be ugly, of course, but we've got quite a bit to choose from here. So let me just see if I can test a few, see if it works, and if not, we'll move on to something else. Ooh, I really love this stone wall from the high school years. Obviously, the hedge needs to be trimmed and pushed back a little bit, but I think we can make that work with the hedge. It just brings a bit of solidity to this blot itself. So that's what I'm going to do. It is going to kind of push the boundary of being able to even get something to walk down this way. And it is also going to push the boundary right up to this bay window with the hedge, which I'm not really feeling. I mean, I could take this part away and just have the wall in front here, just in front of the house. That could work. Let's see what we're going to do. Let's see what we're going to do indeed. But I absolutely love that wall with this house. I think it bloody works. It works an absolute dream, I tell you. So let me just get this wrapped all the way around this lot and we'll see what it looks like. And so here it is. It did work. It looked really nice, but I've had to change just a few things here and there, including where the entrance is going to be now. And I'm using this gate from Felix's estate collection. And I'm just going to overlap them on the actual wall that we've put down. And I think that looks marvellous. And that is still going to connect through there really nicely. The only reason I needed to do that was because this here, the hedge that I've put here, was not fitting perfectly to allow this gate to fit in here well. So I've moved this along, and also the sizes of these walls, it just wasn't allowing me to have a perfect finish. So this is going to connect straight up instead now. But then we can always put a nice bit of landscaping and stuff around here. And maybe a tree out the front as well. I'm feeling a tree coming on. And I've done this all the way around as well. All the way around to about there. And then we've left this gap here where the cottage is going to be. And we'll figure that out as we get to it. As and when we get to it. We are going to be building the cottage today, but just getting a rough idea of the shape and getting some windows and wallpapers on it and stuff. But it's all about mapping it in today. That's all I'm going to say. I've also had thoughts about this door here. I think I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to get rid of that door and I'm going to put windows here instead. I think I'm just going to do the one window though, at the same height as the other ones. A little windowsill above it like that. Because as soon as I've mapped this down, that door no longer made sense to me, which in turn is going to give us more space to put a nicer kitchen in here rather than just having a galley kitchen. So win-win as far as I'm concerned. And that's going to look marvellous with a lovely glass ceiling over the top of it. That's going to be great. Can't wait to get to interiors. But we've got much more to do just yet. It's also made me rethink where I'm going to be putting this pool. It's too close to the hedge, this is. So I'm going to be putting the pool just a little bit further in now. And I'm going to get it in roughly now. Why not, you know? So let's start the pool from about there. I do want quite a big one. Filth. I think I want to go... Should we go all the way to about there? Have a look at that. I think that would be nice. Yes, that's the perfect size for the pool there, definitely. And then it's given us more space here for the patio and stuff as well, isn't it? Gorgeous stuff. So we've got that mapped in. I think it's time that we just get the rough shape of the cottage put in now. So this is going to be like the little main entrance coming through here. I'm going to build the wall all the way up to there. It's also shortened down the size of the cottage a little bit by putting that wall in, but that's fine. I can deal with that. We're going to put the other one there. I'm going to have to maneuver that hedge and make sure it's not poking into the cottage, but I will do that, don't you worry. And I'm just going to wrap this all the way around, just like that. And that is basically all I'm going to do with it for the minute. Just so it looks solid, it's there. We'll get to detailing that at another part, but we're going to leave it there for the minute. So nice big white cube in the garden. I really wish that these were short height walls. Come on now, Sims team. Can we please have different height walls on the same level? Technology is there available if you may wish to use it. Look at me shading. Honestly. Honest to Betsy, I'm just being truthful though, is what we all want, isn't it? You know? So we're leaving it as it is. I'm going to get rid of that just for the minute. I am going to use this though, just so I can mark in where I want this gravel to be. So we are going to make a start, I think now, on some terrain painting and also some patio work. So first up, let's get the front detailing done with this terrain painting here. My favourite terrain paint. I'm going to whip this all the way up to here. And it's going to carry on to here as well. And I'm probably going to use the same gravel for my parents' kind of like walkway. I've also extended their garden out a bit further as well, just because this house looks so big. I think it needs a little bit more of a garden. Let's treat them, shall we? Let's treat my parents to a bit of a bigger garden, you know? Why not? They gave me enough. They gave me life. So I'm going to give them a nice bit of garden. Oh, my lordy lo. Let's get this grid on here so I can still see what we're working with. Oh, damn. I wanted gravel not to go all the way up to there, really. It's going to have to go to around about there because I'm thinking about just fencing that area in with all the greenery there. Do you want to do the same there? No, because I've got all of this greenery there. That'll be fine. I'll have a bit of gravel out the front there. That's stunning, yes. And I think now that we've got a bit more room here, I can take this gravel through and connect it in over this side here as well. So let's do that too. I'm going to maybe just drag it from about there and just whip it all the way in roughly for the minute. But I'm just going to take it straight up to that wall. Right up to the wall. And then connect it in this way. There we are. And then I can also put a little bit more greenage there then, can't I? I'm not going to put gravel on this bit here because this is going to be a patio. This whole area is going to be a patio. But I do want a tree in the middle of this patio as well, just for some nice shade. So that's what I want to do. I am, however, going to connect this gravel in around here as well. Just like so. Very, very nice. We're not keeping that border on it, that white border. So I'm going to get rid of that as well. There we go. We're free of the border. So let's find the perfect patio. I do want the patio to be kind of natural looking. I do have something in my head. I'm wondering if it's going to work. I mean, I like both of these for different reasons. I love the natural version of this one here, which is from Felix. And I love this one here because it's got that slight little hint of red in, which I think looks really nice with the brick that we've got up on the walls. You know, it kind of pays respect to that. So I'm kind of debating on using that one there, to be honest with you. Yeah, I do. I like it. Let's do this. Let's get this one in all the way around to here, please. Beautiful job. You're going to connect in around there as well, my darling. And now that I've done that, I also just need to extend out the terrain paint that we've used and just take it right to the edge around about to there. And then I'm going to use that all the way down on my parents' side as well. I might even use this here. I wonder if that's the same right position. Maybe the other way. No, I like it that way. That's fine. And use this just to give my parents a bit of a patio area as well. I mean, this would probably be the best point to have a patio, wouldn't it? Around here. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a patio. Maybe just to about there. Maybe right up to the border's edge, actually. We'll do it to there. And then we'll come back to that when we start working on that little cottage, which will probably be within the next couple parts, I would imagine. Yeah, that's kind of working for me. Okay. Before we move on to anything else, what I want to do is just get this terrain lifted up a little bit over on this area here. So I'm going to maybe start up there and just bring this up to a height. The nice thing is that these hedges don't really move either. It doesn't need to be massive amounts. I'm just going to have a little bit of a slope at the back just for a bit of difference, you know? And if I tap out this one here really slowly there. It's an absolute mess at the minute, but we're going to make the best use of it. So let's bring you down, get that softness up and get that speed down a little bit, my love. And let's start smoothing this in. So I want it to be kind of natural looking. So I'm just looking for any bumps really that just look a little bit off. And I'm just placing tip-tapping on it. Just tip-tapping on these little bumps that just look a little bit too much. And then I've gone a little bit too far down here, so I'm going to bring them back out again. I might even slope up a little bit higher on one side, you know? Yeah, something like that. Just a little bit more organic. And that's exactly how I like it. Let me just have a little look at that again, because I think that was kind of perfect, to be honest. It was, with a tree up in this corner, a big oak tree I'm feeling, with a swing on it. That is what I want. Yes, indeed. Lovely. So that's that done now. What I'm also going to do is get some darker soil and start putting that around as well. So I know where I want to put landscaping. And not just that, I want the contrast here as well. I love the contrast between the dark soil and that beautiful gravel texture there. Yep, that's what I want. I'm kind of feeling actually, now that I did that there, I think just having this all the way around here would work out a little bit better. And it would work out a little bit neater, because what I could do, and what I'm going to do, is get a nice border over it. A nice fence of some kind. Don't know what yet, but we'll get there. Don't you worry. Let's get it all around here as well. Stunning bit of work there. All around here under these hedges. I'm also going to be mixing in some more stuff around these hedges as well. So flowers, etc. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Again, I just want it to look really natural. And I'm going to pull this all the way over this way as well, just so it's underneath of all of these. I will make sure to perfect it. Same along here, all the way to this edge. Gorgeous bit of work there, darling. You did really well. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you so much. And then pop this into about there. Beautiful job. And then do the same down here as well. And I'm just going to do under the hedge for now. I still want to make this look like an organic shape. Oh, in fact, we could do that now, actually. I'm going to do a bit more of an organic shape here, loves. Just so it doesn't look too, like, bordered. I want it to, like, kind of have a curve in it, I think. That's what I'm envisioning. Let's see if we can make it work. Is that going to be the right size? I think it might be. So, let's get the grid off for now. Probably want to come out to around about here. And then dip this down to about here. I'm going to be putting a tree here as well, so we'll see what happens there. And I might even go right up to the edge with the gravel on this curved bit. We'll see what happens. Yeah, do you know what? I think, do you know what? No, I do. I think we should. I think we should absolutely go right up to the edge with the curve and with that gravel. And let's just bring this all the way up to about there. Size this down. Just put, oh, and then just perfect it there like that. Beautiful job. All the way there. Stunning bit of work, babe. There we go. Yeah, but I still need to perfect the soil now that I've done it. So I'm just going to go over my lines that I've done and just perfect that around. I think I'm feeling like having this edge like bordered with some stone of some kind would look really nice. Yeah, I think that would look really nice if I did like a stone sort of like border along on that part and have that full of like greenery. I think that's going to work. I do think that that is going to work. Okay, that's that done. So what I want to do first before I'm moving on to anything else is just find the perfect wall or hedge to wrap around the cottage area here, and also get a gate on at this point too. I think I'm going to give them a bit of a brick wall here, to be honest with you, and use some really nice red brick that kind of matches in with the house itself. Yes, because we could do that little iron gate moment at the top there as well. using that debug item. We've done that quite a few in quite a few builds, and I think it would look nice in this one. Let's see. Let's see together. I'm going to wrap this all the way around to the back here like that. Oh, I love when that happens. Yes, stunning. And doing the same here. Wrapping this one round. It might mean that we change this wall here, but I'm going to pop it all the way around there. Like so. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what I want to do. And I do want to get a hedge in here as well. And having a bit of a landscaped hedge and using Felix's estate one. I'm going to do it. I'm going to absolutely do that. So let's get a bit of this in here as well. Just roughly, just so I can see. Oh, yes, that's the tickety-boo. That is the tickly-boob, that. If I can get you to there. And then do the same all along the edge of this whole thing. Which means I'll have to shorten down the patio slightly, but I want my parents to have some privacy, you know. In case they want to do a bit of naked sunbathing in the garden. They don't do that, by the way. Because I would definitely need a bigger hedge, because that is something I would not want to see. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And my mum and dad, they're both avid gardeners, so they would absolutely revel in the fact that they could trim a hedge. Love trimming hedges, do they? My mum's got a really lovely, well, my parents have got a lovely big hedge around the front of their property, which is very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I remember when they planted it, and it's absolutely massive now. Yes, I think that's what I want. Let me try this red brick just to get a feel of it. You know, that's a vibe as far as I'm concerned. Let's get that wrapped all the way around, actually. Will that wrap in with the house? I mean, I was thinking about doing this in a red brick anyway, so nothing's stopping us from actually putting that on there. I want it to blend in with the house perfectly, so it kind of makes sense to do it, doesn't it? Yes, that's a vibe. Yes, imagine this with like nice little windows and stuff on it as well. I think that would be perfect. Oh, she's coming along smashing. The next part is going to be a big landscaping part, so you're all going to be very excited about that, I would imagine. I would, however, like to get a few bigger pieces out. The tree that I'm going to be putting here, the tree that I'm going to be putting on the patio, and also the tree that I'm going to be putting on the lawn area as well. So let me grab them. And next time it's going to be all about landscaping. Landscaping and detailing, darlings. So the tree of absolute dreams is coming into play here. And I want it to go right on the top of the corner of that garden. Oh, that's going to be lovely. Obviously, we need to move it down with the tool mod. Still haven't updated my tool mod yet, by the way. I will get around to doing that because the interface is annoying me. Let's try a minus 0.5. Oh, that's sunk in there a dream. Let me see you, please. Yes, look at that way that frames the back of that garden there. I'm into it, loves. I'm very much into it. I am, however, going to move the pool. I'm going to put the pool to around about there and maybe just extend it by 1. Yeah, there's a big enough gap there to get through. And then we've got a lovely big pool moment there. Stunning. And as I said, I want to get a smaller tree here as well. Not necessarily on the patio. I could put it on the corner here. I'm going to look around and use all of the tree. Yep, they are using these here. Use all of the trees from cottage living just so it settles into the landscape nicely, you know? I'm all about trees, loves. I just love a tree. Recently, me and my best friend went and stayed on our friend's farm, and we took a walk in the woodland that is on this like land. What was on my friend's land is absolutely beautiful. These huge, tall pine trees. And me and my friends were hugging them. We were just literally giving all the trees hugs and telling them how much we loved them. We might have had a few drinks. That's all I'm going to say. But that was a moment. That was a moment for both of us. Oh, yes, that's gorgeous. And we need another tree here. Do we have any others? We have this one. Is that one there but bigger? It is. Oh, we could use that tall boy. Where is that tall boy? Is it this one? It is this one. Yes, let's use this one here as well. So this one here is going to kind of just swamp in the front area around here like that. Oh, that's going to look marvellous. It really is. Look how much this is kind of like nestled into the landscape now. It's made all the difference. It really has. So we have got a rough bit done here now. We know where everything's going to be going. We know what's going to be happening. What I didn't cater for was the fact that I do want to build a little greenhouse. And I think having this little area here as a greenhouse and then both me and my parents could use it, would probably be the best place to put it, you know? And it's kind of like off here, so you won't see the view of it. I mean, a greenhouse is nice to look at, but the only problem with that is I don't really want it to be a medium height wall. So I'm going to have to try and find a workaround to bring down. There is a way of doing it. I'll show you next time, or when we get to that part. So I think where I'm going to leave you today is just by getting a bit more of a detail on the annex cottage itself. So let's make a little moment here, shall we? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to widen this here. I'm going to widen this first, which in turn is going to make us widen this. I'm still going to leave the 2 tile gap here, though. I think that's absolutely fine. Get a door on that point. And I also want a bit of a bay window at the top here as well, I think. Just so we can make the roof line a little bit more interesting. Yes, let's do that. So, roof first. We're going to go for a gabled roof at the front. And we're also going to go for a gabled roof here as well. Flaps up, everyone. Tuck those flaps in. I think I'm going to tuck flaps in here. That could change. We'll see what happens. We'll get you to there. Tuck those flaps in. Whiffle you right across to here, my love. And bring you all the way down to there like that. Yeah, I think this could work. I don't want to make this look too dramatic. The roof line. I still want it to look like a smaller version of the house. I think that's the vibe that I want to go for. So I'm going to leave it like that for the minute. And then here, I'm going to do a half gabled and pull the half gabled all the way across to there as well. Do I want to copy this? Yeah, I do. I'm going to copy the exact same roof tiles on all of them. Get those bricks on those points as well. And go for the exact same trim color that we're going to be popping on like that. Yes, that's the vibe. Okay, so windows and doors. I'm probably going to go for the same windows, but not necessarily the same door. I think we should do something different here. Maybe even have an archway leading into the house here. We'll see what happens there. And I've also had a thought here too. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this hedge. Get rid of this one here. And then just bring this wall all the way down to the back here. And then that gives them a bit more room here, doesn't it? You know? If I can bring you in, this isn't going to go all the way, but I can just trick that with the hedge and make it look like it does, you know? And then in turn, it's going to give us a bigger area for a patio. Bring the patio all the way. Can I take it right to there? Yeah, but great, why not? To there. Do a bit of greenery in there, you know? Got to figure out what we're doing here, though. But anyway, I'm getting distracted. I just thought that was a nice little moment to have that all the way at the back there. I like that. Okay, so yes, windows, doors form parents' house. So this is where we are roughly for the minute with the windows and the doors here. I'm going to figure out a floor plan first. Not today, but I'm going to figure out a floor plan before I make the windows permanent, you know? But I think that's a lovely little vibe. I love the little green door by it as well. I think that's going to look very, very cute, especially with some ivy and stuff up on it. A little chimney at the front. I also did a little bifold doors for my parents for their patio as well. I think they would like that very much indeed. But that's where we're going to leave it for today, my darlings. I think we've made a lovely start on everything here. Next week, we're going to be coming back and it's going to be a big landscaping week. So we're going to be getting all of the landscaping done for the whole lot itself. And we might even make a start on a few of the patios as well, but that's where we're going to leave it for today. But that's it, my loves. Thank you so much for joining me once again for another My Dream Home. I'm going to be back tomorrow with some more Let's Build the Worlds. So leave me some lovely comments in the comment box below, and I'll see you all then. Goodbye.